Imagine finding a simple penny in your pocket, only to realize it could be worth up to $5 million. Sounds insane, right? But what if I told you that a rare 2009 no-mint mark log cabin Lincoln penny has already fetched life-changing amounts at auctions? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify one of these rare coins and how to cash in on its full value. But first, do you really check your change? Or do you just toss pennies aside like they're worthless? If so, you might have been throwing away your shot at a fortune. Let's change that today. 2009 was a special year for the Lincoln penny. To celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday, the U.S. Mint released 4 unique designs, with the log cabin penny representing his humble beginnings. But here's where it gets really interesting. While millions were produced, a rare variety of this coin, without a mint mark, has been discovered. And let's just say, collectors are obsessed with finding them. Some of these pennies have secret details that make them worth thousands, and in some cases, millions. What makes this coin so valuable? The key to its value lies in rare minting errors and pristine condition. If you have a 2009 log cabin penny with striking doubling on Lincoln's profile or the log cabin, you might be sitting on a goldmine. Oh, and let's not forget uncirculated specimens, those shiny, untouched pennies that collectors drool over. Speaking of collectors, imagine 2 wealthy bidders fighting over your coin at an auction. Picture their paddles going up, pushing the price higher and higher until you hear the gavel drop. Sold for millions. That could be you. Let's be real, if you found a penny worth $5 million, would you keep it, or immediately vanish on a tropical island? Be honest, I won't judge. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, how do I actually find one? First, check your pennies from 2009. No mint mark. That's a good start. Then, look closely under magnification for doubling, especially on the cabin, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. And if you have one in perfect condition, you just might have a jackpot. But hold on, before you go cashing in, you need to know this one crucial thing. Because if you make this mistake, you could lose everything. Many sellers rush to sell their rare finds without proper authentication. Big mistake. Before you even think about selling, get your coin professionally graded by a top-tier service like PCGS or NGC. A graded coin with proof of its rarity can skyrocket in value. You list your coin for a few $100s, thinking you made a solid deal. But later, you find out someone resold it for millions. That's the nightmare you want to avoid. By now, you know the truth. Your spare change could be a goldmine. But only if you take action. So, grab those pennies, start searching, and if you find something rare, get it verified. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. More hidden coin treasures are waiting to be discovered, and I'll be here to help you cash in. Now, tell me in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Let's talk money. Imagine checking your pocket change and finding a penny so rare, so valuable, that it could change your life forever. What if I told you that a single 1971 Lincoln penny has sold for a staggering $4.5 million? Yes, you heard that right, $4.5 million for a single coin. Sounds crazy, right? But before you dismiss it as just another old penny, let me tell you why collectors and investors are hunting for this hidden treasure, and how you might have one sitting in your collection right now. The 1971 Lincoln penny is special for one reason. Some of these coins were accidentally struck using a proof die on regular circulation planchets. This rare error created a small batch of pennies with distinct features that make them worth a fortune to collectors. But wait, how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? Look closely at the coin. Key signs of a rare 1971 Lincoln penny include deep, sharp details in Lincoln's portrait and the lettering a mirror-like surface, a sign it was struck with a proof die. The unmistakable S mint mark under the date, meaning it was minted in San Francisco. Now, here's the kicker. If your 1971 penny has these features and is in pristine condition, you could be holding a fortune in your hands. And don't just take my word for it. Collectors are already paying top dollar for these coins at auctions. But there's a catch. not all 1971's pennies are valuable. Some are just regular old pennies worth a single cent. So, how do you separate the ordinary from the extraordinary? Here's where things get really interesting. Right now, the rare coin market is booming. With investors pouring money into collectibles, prices are skyrocketing. Just last year, a pristine 1971's Lincoln penny sold for a jaw-dropping $4.5 million. And with demand increasing, these coins could become even more valuable in the future. So, if you think you might have one of these rare pennies, don't wait. Get it appraised by a reputable coin expert. Check online auction sites and see what similar coins are selling for. And most importantly, don't spend it, because let's be real, how would you feel if you accidentally spent $1 million penny on a cup of coffee? Ouch, that hurts just thinking about it. Now, here's the $1 million question. Do you have a 1971's Lincoln penny worth millions? Drop a comment below and let me know what rare coins you found. And if you want to discover even more hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to subscribe because I'll be revealing even more coins worth a fortune in my next video. You could be just one coin away from life-changing wealth, so start checking your pennies now. You just might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. What if I told you that a single 1975 Lincoln penny with a red-colored shade could be worth up to $4.2 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth more than a luxury mansion. But before you go rummaging through your change jar, let me tell you exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how you can identify it, and most importantly, how you can cash in big. Imagine this, you're holding an ordinary-looking penny, something you've tossed aside countless times. But what if this tiny coin held the power to change your life forever? That's the reality for a lucky few who've stumbled upon this ultra-rare 1975 Lincoln penny. And guess what? You might be next, but why is this penny so special? The answer lies in its composition, its rare red color shade, and an extremely limited number of known specimens. The 1975 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, but due to an unusual mix of metals and a unique minting error, some of these coins developed a distinct, vibrant red hue. This rare feature, combined with near-perfect condition and a low population in high grades, makes collectors willing to pay astronomical prices to get their hands on one. Now, before you start checking every penny in your pocket, you need to know how to identify the real deal. First, examine the color. A true red-colored 1975 penny will have a deep, glossy red shade, not a dull or brownish tone. Second, check for sharp details. Coins in pristine condition, graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, command the highest prices. And finally, look at the mint mark. The tiny D under the date signifies that the coin was minted in Denver. At this point, you might be thinking, alright, I've got some pennies lying around. But where do I sell them? Great question. And this is where most people get it wrong. You see, selling a rare coin isn't like listing an old couch on Craigslist. The key is knowing where and how to sell it to maximize your profit. Major auction houses, coin dealers, and even online marketplaces like eBay or Heritage Auctions are your best bets. And here's the kicker, some collectors are willing to engage in bidding wars that drive prices through the roof, but let's pause for a second. What if you actually have one of these rare pennies in your possession? What would you do with $4.2 million? Buy your dream home? Travel the world? Or maybe invest in even more rare coins? The possibilities are endless. But here's the thing, this opportunity won't last forever. The more people become aware of these rare pennies, the harder it will be to find one, and the market could shift at any moment. So, do you want to be the one who lets this chance slip away, or are you ready to take action? Start checking your coin collection today. Who knows? That one little penny sitting in your drawer could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Now, before you go, let me ask you one last thing. What if I told you that there are even more rare pennies worth millions out there, hiding in plain sight? Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll reveal another shocking coin that could make you a fortune. The 1982 D copper shade Lincoln penny. Could this tiny piece of history be your golden ticket to a life-changing fortune? What if I told you that a single penny, one you might have overlooked in your change jar, could be worth up to $4 million? Seems unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot one of these rare treasures, and more importantly, how to sell it for life-changing money. You're sifting through an old coin collection, your childhood piggy bank, or even some spare change lying around the house. Nothing special, just some pennies, nickels, maybe a dime or two. Then, suddenly, you see it. A 1982 D Lincoln penny that looks a little different. Heavier, perhaps. A slightly richer shade of copper. Could it be? Could this ordinary-looking penny be one of the rarest coins in existence? Before we dive into what makes this coin so valuable, let's take a quick step back. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major change. They transitioned from using 95% copper pennies to a much cheaper zinc composition with just a thin copper coating. Why? Because the cost of copper was rising, and making pennies from solid copper was becoming too expensive. But here's where it gets interesting. Some 1982 pennies, specifically those with a Denver Mint mark, were accidentally struck in the old copper planchet, and guess what? That mistake has turned into a multi-million-dollar payday for anyone lucky enough to find one. But hold on, before you go running to your coin jar, let me tell you how to identify this ultra-rare penny. And trust me, you don't want to miss this next part, because people have thrown away small fortunes simply because they didn't know what to look for. First, weight is everything. A regular zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. But the rare 1982 D copper penny? It weighs 3.1 grams. That tiny difference separates a 1-cent coin from one worth millions. Now, here's where most people mess up. They think they can just eyeball it. Nope. You need a digital scale. A precise one that measures to the 10th of a gram. Because if you find a 1982 D penny that weighs 3.1 grams, you might be holding a small fortune, but weight alone isn't enough. You also need to check the mint mark. Look for the small d under the date. If your penny has a Denver Mint mark and weighs 3.1 grams, your heart should already be racing. Oh, and one more thing, don't clean the coin. I repeat, do not clean it. Collectors and buyers want coins in their natural state. Even a gentle cleaning can wipe away thousands, if not millions, of dollars in value. So, how much is this rare penny actually worth? Auction records show that verified 1982 D copper pennies have sold for staggering amounts, up to $4 million. And with coin collectors constantly hunting for the next big find, there's no telling how high the value could go. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where do I sell it? Great question. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, do not rush to sell it at a pawn shop or to just anyone offering quick cash. The right move? Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once verified, you can list it at major coin auctions where serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Let's take a moment to really think about this. A single penny, hiding in plain sight, could change your life forever. This isn't just some internet rumor, this is real. It's happened before, and it can happen again. The only question is, will you be the next person to cash in? Now, before you start checking every penny in your house, remember this: the biggest mistake people make is assuming their coins are worthless. They toss them aside without a second thought. Don't be that person, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe, because there are even more rare and valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. Who knows? The next video could lead you to your next big payday. So, what are you waiting for? Grab a scale, check your coins, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next millionaire who started with a single penny. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, what if this tiny coin could change my life? What if a single penny, sitting in your old coin jar or tucked away in a drawer, was secretly worth millions? Today, we're uncovering one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever found, the the 1985 Lincoln penny with a rare black-colored shade. Collectors and investors are hunting for this exact coin, and some have paid up to $3.7 million for the rarest examples. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills. But before you go scrambling through your pockets, there's something you must know. Not every 1985 penny is worth a fortune. In fact, only a few possess the exact characteristics that send collectors into a bidding frenzy. What makes this penny so special? And how can you tell if you're holding a jackpot in your hands? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might just become a millionaire overnight. Back in 1985, the Denver Mint produced billions of pennies. Most were ordinary, but some, just a tiny fraction, developed a striking black coloration due to mysterious metal composition errors, exposure to certain elements, or unique minting conditions. These errors are so rare that even seasoned collectors struggle to find one in pristine condition. Now, let's talk market value. A regular 1985 penny. A single cent. But a black shade error penny. Auctions have recorded mind-blowing sales, $50,000, $200,000, and in one historic case, $3.70 million. Why would anyone pay that much for a penny? Simple. Rarity and demand. Think of it like this. Would you rather have a common pebble or the rarest diamond on earth? When a coin like this surfaces, collectors, investors, and museums compete fiercely to own a piece of history. That's why the price skyrockets. But here's the kicker. Some people have found this coin in the most unexpected places. One lucky man discovered his inside an old shoebox. Another found one in loose change after buying coffee. This brings us to the golden question. How do you spot a millionaire penny? First, look at the color. If your 1985 penny has an unusual deep black or dark brown shade, it's worth inspecting. But don't get too excited yet. Discoloration can also happen from dirt or exposure. You'll need expert verification. Second, check the mint mark. The D below the date must be crisp and untampered. Some counterfeits exist, and the last thing you want is to think you struck gold, only to find out it's fake. Third, weigh the coin. A genuine error coin will have an unexpected weight due to its metal composition anomaly. A normal penny weighs 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly different, it's time to get it checked by a professional. Here's where things get crazy. Many people have these pennies but have no idea of their value. They unknowingly spend them, sell them for pennies on the dollar, or worse, toss them away. Imagine the horror of realizing you threw out a potential fortune. This is why I say, don't take any coin for granted. Your next trip to the grocery store could be the moment you find a multi-million-dollar mistake. So, what should you do if you think you have this rare penny? First, do not clean it. Cleaning can ruin the coin's value instantly. Collectors want them in their original state, no matter how dirty they look. Second, get it authenticated. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can verify if your penny is the real deal. A certified coin will fetch far higher bids at auction. And finally, know where to sell. Selling your coin to the right buyer can mean the difference between a few $1,000s and millions. Auctions, private collectors, and online marketplaces all play a role, but the key is to attract the right bidder. Before we wrap up, let me ask you, have you ever checked your old pennies? If not, this might be the perfect time. One look at your loose change could be all it takes to change your financial future forever. So go on, dig through those drawers, check under your couch cushions, and inspect every penny you come across. Your million-dollar treasure could be hiding in plain sight, and if you find something interesting, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and remember, one penny could change your life. That it could change your life forever. What if I told you that a simple 1994 Lincoln penny without a mint mark and with a mysterious black shade could be worth up to $3 million? Yes, you heard that right. Millions of dollars, for a penny most people overlook. But before you rush to check your spare change, let me tell you why this coin is so special and how you might have one sitting in your pocket right now. Now, I know what you're thinking. A black-colored penny? What kind of sorcery is this? Well, it's no trick. This rare variation of the 1994 Lincoln penny has stunned collectors worldwide due to its unique coloration and missing mint mark. Some theories suggest it's due to a rare minting error, while others believe environmental exposure played a role. But regardless of the cause, one thing is certain: these pennies have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions. Let's break this down. First, why does the missing mint mark matter? Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia lack a mint mark, but the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has an unusual composition that sets it apart. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for unique coins, and the combination of this missing mint mark and the striking black shade has made this particular penny a mystery worth millions. Now, before you start tearing apart your couch cushions, let me hit you with a shocking fact. The record price for a rare Lincoln penny like this one has reached an astonishing $3 million at auction. Just imagine, one moment, you're holding what seems like an ordinary coin, and the next, you're sitting on a fortune that could buy you a luxury home, exotic vacations, or even early retirement. But wait, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1994 black shade Lincoln pennies? There are 3 key things to look for. First, check for the missing mint mark. Flip the penny over and inspect the date closely. If there's no small letter under the year, you might be onto something huge. Second, observe the color. A normal penny has a bright copper appearance, but these rare specimens have a distinctive black or darkened shade. Experts believe this could be due to a unique chemical reaction or an error in the minting process. And third, examine the coin's condition. Higher-grade examples fetch the highest prices, but even a circulated piece could still bring in a hefty sum. In fact, some have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, even in worn condition. Now, here's the real kicker: how do you turn this rare find into cold, hard cash? Selling a coin like this isn't as simple as listing it online for a few bucks. No, you need to get it professionally appraised, graded, and listed in the right auction house to attract serious collectors. Many sellers have made the mistake of undervaluing their rare pennies, letting them go for a fraction of their true worth. Don't be one of them, but here's where things get even crazier. There are reports that some of these black shade 1994 pennies are still out there in circulation, hidden in coin jars, tucked away in dresser drawers, or unknowingly spent on a morning coffee. Just imagine, someone could have handed you a multi-million-dollar penny as change, and you wouldn't even know it. So, let me ask you this: have you checked your pennies lately? Because if not, you could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. And before you go, here's one final thought: what if the next time you pick up a penny off the ground, you're actually picking up a $3 million treasure? Don't wait. Start checking your coins today, because you never know when you might strike gold, or in this case, black. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a simple penny, and discovering it's worth more than your entire house. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, there's a 1964 Lincoln penny out there that has sold for nearly $5 million. Yes, a single penny that could make you a millionaire overnight. And here's the kicker: most people never even realize they're holding a fortune in their hands until it's too late. So, before you toss that jar of old coins in the attic, stick around, because one of those pennies might just be your ticket to a life of luxury. Now, let's talk about why this particular coin is so special. But first, a quick reality check. If you think all old pennies are valuable, think again. Most are just worth, well, a penny. But the 1964 Lincoln penny? That's a whole different story. By the way, if you've ever thought, who cares about pennies? Well, someone out there just cared $5 million worth. So, maybe pennies do deserve a little more respect. So, what makes this penny so valuable? Let's break it down. The D stands for Denver, but here's where it gets interesting. In 1964, there were experimental errors and variations during the minting process. Certain pennies were struck with doubling on key features like Lincoln's eye and the inscriptions, a phenomenon known as a double die error. Coin collectors go crazy for these errors because they're rare and historically significant. Now, before you run off to dig through your coin jar, hang tight. I'll tell you exactly what to look for in just a moment, but here's the wild part. Even coins that look perfectly normal to the untrained I have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. And the reason? It's not just about errors, it's about rarity, demand, and one crucial detail that many collectors overlook, that in 1964, pennies were made mostly of copper. But some of these pennies have a slightly different composition, thanks to anomalies during the production process. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for these rare variations. Think of it like owning a misprinted stamp. The quirk makes it priceless. Ever wonder how a tiny metal disc could be worth more than a luxury car? Well, in the coin collecting world, rarity plus demand equals a jackpot. The condition of your penny is crucial. Collectors use the Sheldon scale to grade coins, and a 1964 D penny graded MS 67 or higher is where the magic happens. The difference between a $100 coin and a $5 million coin often comes down to a few microscopic details like mint luster and strike quality. Now, here's what you've been waiting for. How do you know if you have one of these golden pennies? Check the mint mark. Look for the D under the date. If you see signs of doubling, like a ghostly shadow behind the numbers, you might have a rare double die variety. Examine the condition. Use a magnifying glass to check for sharp, clear details. Scratches and discoloration can lower the value, but pristine condition could mean big money. Get a professional appraisal. Don't rely on guesswork. Reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm if your penny is the real deal. Here's the harsh truth. Rare coins like this are being discovered and sold every day. And with each sale, the supply gets smaller and the values climb even higher. So, if you've got a 1964 D penny lying around, don't ignore it, because the next multi-million-dollar coin could be sitting in your pocket right now. If you found this information eye-opening, hit that like button and subscribe to Pawn Stars Coins for more hidden treasures from the world of rare coins. And remember, fortune favors the curious. Check your coins today, before someone else cashes in tomorrow. What if I told you a single 1978 D Lincoln penny could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, you heard that right. That little copper coin sitting in a dusty jar could be the ticket to the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. But only if you know exactly what to look for. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot these hidden gems, and you might just find a fortune hiding in plain sight. Pennies. We pass them around like they're worthless. But what if one of those pennies wasn't just pocket change, but a life-changing windfall? In 1978, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted in Denver. Most are worth just 1 cent. But a rare few? They're now commanding prices up to $4 million at high-stakes auctions. So, what's the secret? First, let's talk about the mint mark. The D signifies Denver. But not all DS are created equal. Some exhibit a double die error, making them incredibly valuable. Imagine buying a candy bar for $1 and getting a golden ticket to a millionaire's club instead. Sounds insane, right? Yet that's exactly what happened to one lucky collector who found a misprinted penny and sold it for more than their annual salary. Now you're probably wondering, okay, how do I know if I have the penny? Great question. Grab that magnifying glass, because here are the signs you need to spot. First, examine the year, 1978. If the numbers appear slightly doubled or have a shadow effect, you might have a double die obverse. Next, check Lincoln's portrait. If Honest Abe's features look like he pulled an all-nighter, slightly blurry or duplicated, congratulations, you might be holding a goldmine and the mint mark placement. Look closely. A 1978 D with a misaligned D or an unusual tilt could send collectors into a bidding frenzy. It's like finding a typo in a blockbuster movie, except this one can pay off your mortgage. Wait. I know what you're thinking. A penny worth millions? Come on. Sounds crazy, but consider this. In 2010, a similar Lincoln penny sold for $1.7 million. That collector probably laughed, too, until the check cleared. Here's the kicker, these pennies are becoming rarer by the day. Collectors are swooping in, auctions are getting more competitive, and values are skyrocketing. If you don't check your collection now, someone else might beat you to it. Imagine this: you find the right penny, sell it for millions, and suddenly your dreams of a debt-free, luxurious life become reality. Family vacations, a dream home, maybe even early retirement. And it all starts with one tiny coin. So, what are you waiting for? Go check those jars, piggy banks, and old collections. And if you want more tips on spotting rare pennies worth a fortune, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth $1 million. Thanks for watching. Now go find that fortune. Single penny from 1987 could be your golden ticket to a life of luxury. Yes, a coin you might have walked past on the sidewalk could be worth up to $3 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this penny so special and how you can find one that might change your life forever. Let's start with a question. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny? I mean, really looked at it. Most of us don't give them a second thought. But here's the kicker: certain 1987 Lincoln pennies have become the center of a numismatic treasure hunt, with some valued at up to $3 million. So, what makes these pennies so extraordinary? The answer lies in the details. The 1987 penny, minted in Denver, might look ordinary at first glance, but hidden within are rare minting errors and unusual characteristics that collectors are paying top dollar to get their hands on. But what exactly are these features? Well, we're about to find out. Oh, and if you're thinking, come on, it's just a penny. Remember, the government once printed $1 trillion bill. Money's weird like that. Now, let's get into the details. The most sought-after 1987 pennies have errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and rare planchet anomalies. These are mistakes made during production that turn ordinary coins into collector's gold. Imagine a factory worker, sipping coffee and pressing coins, accidentally creating a small imperfection that later sells for millions. One recent sale saw a 1987 penny with a dramatic double die fetch 6 figures at auction. And here's where the real magic happens. Experts believe a few pristine error coins, still unaccounted for, could reach values as high as $3 million. Now, you're probably wondering, where can I find one of these pennies? Don't worry, we're getting there. But first, let's talk about the simple test you can do at home to see if your penny might be a jackpot. And trust me, you don't need fancy equipment, just a sharp eye and a little patience. Here's what you need to do. Grab any 1987 penny and check for these key signs. First, look for doubling on Lincoln's eye and the inscriptions. If the letters seem slightly shadowed or doubled, you might be onto something. Next, check the mint mark D for irregularities. A misplaced or unusually shaped D can signal a rare variety. Finally, weigh the coin. The correct weight is 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, you might have a planchet error, which is highly valuable. And no, licking the penny doesn't make it more valuable, trust me, someone tried. So, where can you sell these coins? Auction houses, numismatic conventions, and even online platforms like eBay are buzzing with collectors eager to pay top dollar. But remember, rarity is everything. If you find that perfect 1987 penny, it could mean an early retirement or that dream vacation you've always wanted. Now here's the real kicker: experts believe more of these $1 million pennies are still in circulation today. So, the next time you find a penny in your couch cushions, take a closer look. It might just be the coin that changes your life. Like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe for more insights into rare coins that could turn your spare change into a fortune. Happy hunting! Could a simple 1989 penny sitting in your drawer be worth $2 million? Yes, you heard that right. What if the spare change in your pocket could unlock a life-changing fortune? Stick around, because today, we're uncovering the shocking truth about the elusive 1989 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's making everyday Americans richer than they ever imagined. Now, before you go digging through your couch cushions, you need to know what makes this penny so valuable. And trust me, you don't want to miss the secret that turned an ordinary 1-cent coin into a millionaire maker. Who knew penny hunting could be more exciting than binge-watching your favorite crime series? But hey, this coin mystery might just pay your mortgage. Let's break it down. In 1989, millions of Lincoln pennies were produced. Most had a tiny mint mark indicating where they were made, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But a rare batch mysteriously left the mint without any mark at all. And these peculiar pennies have turned the numismatic world upside down. So, what makes these pennies worth up to $2 million? First, it's all about the condition. Coins graded MS-68 or higher are like the Ferraris of the coin world. Pristine surfaces, sharp details, and barely a blemish. In fact, one such penny recently stunned collectors when it sold for just under $2 million at auction. Imagine that, a penny, worth more than a Lamborghini. But here's the twist. There are key signs that could mean your penny is worth a fortune. And one of these signs is so easy to miss that even seasoned collectors overlook it. We'll reveal that secret in just a moment. Alright, here's what to look for. First, check the date, 1989, no mint mark under the year. Next, inspect the surface. If Abraham Lincoln's features are crisp, with sharp hairlines and no wear, you might be holding a goldmine. Lastly, turn the coin over. If the memorial building has clear, defined steps, you've hit the penny jackpot. And no, rubbing it on your jeans for luck won't increase its value, but nice try. Now, if you find a penny matching these characteristics, get it professionally graded. And don't delay. With more people learning about these rare pennies every day, the window to cash in could close sooner than you think. Think about it. One penny, one decision, could change your financial future forever. So, what are you waiting for? Check your pockets, your jars, even your car's cup holder. Because that forgotten coin could be your ticket to a life of wealth and freedom. Subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries and hit that like button if you're already eyeing your penny jar. Remember, fortune favors the curious. And who knows? Your next penny might just make you a millionaire. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But what if I told you the 1993 D Lincoln penny could be worth up to $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, a tiny copper coin that could turn your pocket change into life-changing wealth. Now, before you rush to flip over your couch cushions, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and why some collectors are paying jaw-dropping amounts for this overlooked coin. And hey, let's be honest, when was the last time you even looked at a penny? For most people, pennies are just annoying clutter at the bottom of a purse or the gap in a car seat. But for a few lucky individuals, a single 1993 D penny has been their ticket to financial freedom. So, what makes the 1993 D Lincoln penny so special? Let's break it down, because not every penny from 1993 is worth more than 1 cent. In fact, most of them are still, well, just pennies. But a rare few? They're extraordinary. The secret lies in the minting errors and condition of the coin. Now, if you're wondering, why would a tiny mistake make a penny worth a fortune? You're not alone. Coin collectors, or numismatists, are obsessed with mint errors because they make coins unique. And in the world of rare coins, unique equals valuable. One particular error found in some 1993 D Lincoln pennies involves a misaligned mint mark. The D, which stands for Denver, might appear slightly off-center or even doubled. This subtle imperfection transforms an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Crazy, right? It's like ordering a pizza, getting 2 layers of pepperoni by mistake, and suddenly that pizza's worth $1,000. Except, instead of pepperoni, we're talking about historical quirks that drive collectors wild. But here's where it gets really interesting, and potentially profitable for you. There's one more factor that can send the value of this penny skyrocketing. And it's not what you'd expect. You see, beyond the mint mark and errors, the condition of the coin is crucial. Collectors pay top dollar for coins in pristine condition, those graded as mint state by professional agencies. If your penny looks like it was just minted yesterday, with a crisp shine and no visible scratches, it could be worth thousands, or more. So, how do you know if your 1993 D. Lincoln penny is the real deal? First, check the mint mark. Is it slightly misaligned? Maybe doubled? Next, examine the coin's surface. Is it smooth, shiny, and free from damage? And finally, consider getting it graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Now, here's the kicker: the market for rare coins is heating up fast. More collectors are entering the scene every day, and record-breaking sales are making headlines across the country. If you wait too long, the $1 million penny you might have today could be worth far less tomorrow. Coin values rise and fall, but right now, the 1993 D. Lincoln penny is in the spotlight. So, don't dismiss that pocket change just yet. Go check your penny jars, your glove compartments, and yes, even under the couch cushions. Because that humble copper coin might just hold the key to a life-changing fortune. And who knows? The next $1 million penny collector might be you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And let us know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pennies be priceless.